What's good, YouTube? Here, and welcome to another video. So I realized that during my break, Cosmic Drifter made a video debunking one of my older videos on Empty Void. So I'm gonna be reacting to that today. As for Cosmic Drifter, if you're actually watching this, you could have at least tagged me properly in the video, so it would have actually notified me, but you put an apostrophe there, but it's whatever. If you do see this, I do wish that you would respond in a formal and proper manner. But knowing One Punch Man power scalers like you, I don't think that you understand the concept of formal and proper when addressing a fellow content creator. Bro had to drop a whole entire YouTube post about me over one single comment that I made. That's kind of embarrassing in my opinion. If that's not already embarrassing enough, he had to tag the whole gang on me, bro. Like, come on, bro. Look at all them tags, bro. This is honestly one of the worst debunks I have ever seen in my entire life. So, as usual, I gotta rebunk it, bro. I can't let that slide, bro. I gotta rebunk it. So today, we gonna be reacting to it. That is enough from me right now, so let's get into the video. So first, I would like to mention the amount of cussing this dude has in his video. Like, for some reason, my debunk video got him so mad that he decided to cuss this much and call me the R word and stuff. It's like, bro, power scaling isn't that serious whatsoever. If my video got you that heated, then that's just so embarrassing, bro. So first of all, I would like to mention that absolutely none of these scans entail that space-time itself and reality are the exact same. As shown in this scan right here, space-time and reality are not the same thing. Space-time is the mathematical framework, the mathematical map. Reality is events that are actually occurring in the present. Your scan literally shows that space-time is a map that dictates where and when events occur, not events that are actually happening in the present. Your argument is completely incoherent and you clearly don't know how to scale. And another note, fix your grammar. Your grammar is absolutely horrendous. I'm not sure if you need to go back to 3rd grade English class or something, but you need to fix that real quick, bro. Holy false equivocation. You still show that you lack basic reading and comprehension skills. Reality and space-time are not the exact same thing. Reality manipulation and spatial manipulation are two different things. You try to make the claim that when Void was manipulating space, he was also manipulating reality, but none of those scans substantiate this claim whatsoever. Clearly, you don't understand how spatial manipulation works, bro. When a character in fiction has spatial manipulation and when they're using this ability, it's going to look like the background is warped around them. The stars on the sheet that Empty Void is manipulating doesn't inherently negate the possibility of it being just spatial manipulation. Like, again, I had already proved spatial manipulation and reality manipulation are two different things, but clearly you don't have the mental capacity to comprehend two different things being similar but different in nature. You also provide no real substantiation for any of the claims that you make on here, so I'm just gonna dismiss this via Hitchens razor since you clearly don't know what you're talking about. I find it absolutely hilarious that you use all of these buzzwords as if you actually even understand the terms that you use. Like, the self-proclaimed power scaler rabbit hole continues. Like, you can't call yourself a power scaler, yet when we go through your scales, it really appears that you're pushing not just an unpopular narrative, but you're just pushing an absolutely absurd narrative that you lack the ability to truly back up with feats and real statements. You have to go down this rabbit hole of real world theories, and then you try to connect these real world theories to the One Punch Man universe without actually substantiating that it is absolutely the case that these real world theories have to exist in One Punch Man. I will say many worlds interpretation does need Hilbert space theory. I have no contention with that. I find that to be completely fine to believe. The problem with Hilbert spaces in fiction is the fact that infinite dimensional in Hilbert spaces isn't pertaining to spatial temporality. It's not pertaining to any higher dimensional spatial axes. As you can see from the screenshot, it specifically shows you the differentiation between infinite dimensional Hilbert spaces and real physical spatio-temporal axes. They're two different things. You can move through a 3D proton, and that can still technically count as moving through a infinite dimensional Hilbert space. Cosmic Drifter, you're not good at scaling. Stop being a fraud, bro. Stop pretending. You are absolutely abysmal at power scaling. This scale is just blatantly wrong because we get context that the dimension that you are referencing itself, God's higher dimensional space, it transcends the 4D infinite multiverse. I also don't know where in the world are you getting these quotations. Can you please actually put the actual scan there? You are putting these quotation marks, yet you're not actually showing the scan of where you're getting these quotation marks from. I'm also not exactly sure where you're getting this every history part. I hope you're not trying to imply that Empty Void can manipulate timelines and the flow of time itself, because that's literally never shown anywhere. I will say that this is an old scale, so a lot of what I said right here in this specific part definitely can be revised to some extent. But this whole entire paragraph doesn't even address my real argument at all. My first claim, as you can see, was that all these parallel dimensions that Empty Void was being able to perceive. My main claim was that there wasn't an already infinite set of these universes. That doesn't really negate the fact that there are infinite parallel worlds in One Punch Man. I can say that back then, my knowledge was not as high as it is now. For this last scan, you need to fully substantiate why Garou manipulating his subatomic particles proves the existence of Hilbert space, because Hilbert space in and of itself does not absolutely need subatomic theory to exist independently. Hey, congrats on proving why One Punch Man doesn't scale to hyperversal. I mean, come on now. For the most part, you have not fully substantiated these claims, but moving on. I hope that you're not trying to imply that infinite dimensions in Hilbert space is the same thing as infinite dimensions in the context of spatial dimensions. Like, literally, all you do is talk, bro. You type up these massive paragraphs to give off the illusion that what you say is actually credible. Like, no, it's not. You completely lack the knowledge of how time travel actually works in One Punch Man. So I'm gonna educate you on how it actually works. Time travel in One Punch Man works more like the Feynman Stuckelberg's interpretation. As you can see in One Punch Man, Garou and Saitama manipulated their subatomic particles, and just like how this interpretation posits, they are able to travel through time because of this interpretation. This is more logically to be the case and a lot more parsimonious because both of the explanations logically match up, unlike your completely incoherent and just utterly wrong scale. All you have done is just proved how completely illiterate and ignorant you are to power scaling and to understand the link between these two concepts. Genos was able to gain knowledge of these events because he had connected with the other core that was partially damaged when Saitama had time traveled. Also, none of the scans that you provided ever state that Genos was forced to watch infinite parallel worlds. This is exactly what happens when you try to make the manga fit your own narrative. You're absolutely terrible at it. Like I said earlier in this video, I have no problem with thinking that many worlds interpretation has to have Hilbert space along with it. My main contention is that when you try to use Hilbert space and try to say that it's infinite dimensional, you have to clarify that when it comes to infinite dimensional in Hilbert space, it isn't infinite spatial dimensions. And with many worlds interpretation, that doesn't scale anywhere near hyperversal. Like, I would also like to add that the many worlds interpretation theory does not inherently need to rely on the existence of string theory for it to also exist. That was honestly the most abysmal attempt at a debunk video I have ever seen. I'm not sure if he thought that his debunk was some amazing gotcha moment or anything, because it was absolutely terrible. Not only did you fail to actually track my argument, you also failed to actually substantiate why One Punch Man is infinite dimensional. You gas yourself up too much. You claim to be like this super good One Punch Man defender. Like, bro, who are you, bro? Nobody knows you. Cosmic Drifter, listen, Sunyan, listen. If you're gonna try to make a debunk video on me, at least tag me right, bro. The main difference between you and me, Cosmic, is that I actually know how to address people in a respectful manner. I don't have to go to my post and kick up a storm and make a temper tantrum like a baby in my post just because I disagree with somebody's take. You are exactly what's wrong with power scaling. When you see a take that you disagree with, or you see somebody actively conflicting with one of your beliefs, instead of actually handling it in an actual rational manner, you have to kick up a storm and put up a hissy fit on your post, tagging the same 8 people every post, just so you can get your point across. Absolutely embarrassing. I swear, absolutely embarrassing, bro. You gotta tag the same 8 people every post just so you can feel valid. Because you know, if you didn't tag the same exact 8 people every post, nobody would care. Unlike you, I actually know how to have a civil conversation with people that I disagree with. I don't need to curse anybody out. I don't need to yell at anybody, because I already know that power scaling is toxic already. It doesn't need any more toxicity. I don't want to add to that toxicity. That's the main difference between me and you. I don't add to the toxicity of power scaling. It's not that serious at the end of the day. To all of you out there who actually do want to learn power scaling, don't be like this guy. Just don't. It never ends well. You've ran your mouth for too long, Cosmic. That's why I gotta call you out now, bro. It's gotten too much. Power scaling should be for proper and formal discourse on topics. As for you, Cosmic, you need to tone down the ego, bro. You're not that important. You're genuinely the corniest power scaler I have ever seen. Just looking at the comments that you leave and the way you talk, you are absolutely corny. You and your community are an embarrassment and laughably bad at power scaling. Y'all basically worship Why Give Up 11. And even some of y'all in this circle, I'm specifically talking about Cosmic's circle, for some reason, I don't know where this is coming from. These people are saying, didn't Why Give Up slam you in a debate, or something pertaining to me and Why Give Up? Like, how about you tell him to add me up on Cord in the first place? Why Give Up can't win a debate for the life of him. So tell him personally to come and debate me on Discord. I'm tired of self-proclaimed power scalers, and I'm tired of your little circle of 8-year-olds who don't understand how power scaling works. I have no problem with formal and proper discussion on Discord, so you can always add me on Discord and we can discuss further. If nobody adds me up, I'm expecting this whole entire circle to keep my name out of their mouths. That'll be pretty much it for my response video. I hope that some of you guys actually learned a few things from this video. I hope that most of you guys enjoyed this video. I want all of you to take away from this video that when it comes to fictional debates and power scaling, it's important to be mindful, it's important to be formal, and it's important to be respectful. Power scaling is a hobby. It's not something that people actually have to do. So someone like me who actually does enjoy power scaling, I want to enjoy formal discussions. Lastly, I encourage all of you to like and subscribe as usual. That helps me out a great deal. And I'll catch y'all in the next video.